So starting with cat-cow position, which is a really great way to not only warm up the spine, but to kind of see how the spine and the pelvis move in conjunction to one another. So from neutral tabletop position, exhale, round your back, tuck your tail, tuck your chin, curl, and press the ground away with your hands and your knees. Come into that full expression. And then inhale, drop the belly, pull the ribs forward, feel the chest lift, feel the sit bones lift, full extension in the spine as much as you can. You can go through a couple rounds of those if you'd like on your own. Otherwise, just getting the fullest expressions will really show where you're at with those things. Next, we're going to move into some neck positioning. So neck rolls, starting by dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder, and then trying to look back over your right shoulder. And then looking forward, ear above the shoulder, chin to your chest. And then roll your left ear to your left shoulder. Make sure these rotations are visible to kind of see where you're at in them. Keep the head to the left, rotate, chin over that left shoulder. And then rotate it back. Chin rolls down to the chest. And then lift your head from a side profile, lift up to your throat, draw up through your chin. Don't just drop your head back. Lengthen your chin and throat up. And then slowly bring it back. Nice and neutral positioning. Okay, pelvic bowl rolls. Now for this one, you can do it from a lot of positions. Standing can be easier sometimes, and from a standing position, you can kind of gyrate into the hips a little bit more, feel more motion. If seated feels too sticky, I'll show you briefly afterwards what it looks like to do from a standing position. But pelvic bowl rolls, okay, so we know that we did the cat-cows, which was kind of the forward back motion through the pelvis. So you can do this from a cross-legged seat or feet flat on the ground, whatever feels most appropriate for you. But I want you to kind of come forward, feel your sit bones drop back, and then as you lean to the side, kind of imagine that your pelvis is like a bowl and it's rolling. So as you come back, it's rolling to the back side, and then it's rolling to the left side, feel the right kind of tip up, and then rolling forward, feel the back tip up, and then just kind of roll here through the pelvis. Okay, you can go both directions. Continue on that, or if you're going to do it from a standing position, you can do a standing position, nice bend into the knees, feet about hips width, and you're just going to tuck the tail under, and then roll the hips to one side, start to tip the sit bones back, around to the other side, and then curl under. Now you want to isolate the movement into the pelvis rather than the entire hips swinging with you, okay? We don't want the legs to be moving as much. We want all the motion to be in the hips and only little bits of motion in the legs just to allow the movement in the hips to happen. Okay, bridge. From the back, setting up for a bridge position. So walking the feet in towards the hips, approximately hips width apart. Arms to the sides. You're going to press to the feet and lift the hips up away from the ground. Now, more than just the hip points lifting, think a full back bend. You're going to press to the elbows as well and try to lift up through your ribs and chest. If you need to, you can kind of walk your shoulder blades under. Don't let your knees splay out open. Keep them hips width apart or around the shape of your feet. Keep them stacked over. Little activation of your inner thighs. Maybe you create a full arch in your back. All right, coming down whenever you're ready. Okay, now we're gonna move into a fish position. So right now we focused a little bit more on lifting through the lower part of the spine. So now we're gonna extend the legs, arms to your sides, palms down, and you're gonna walk your hands underneath your glutes. And with your hands underneath your glutes, slightly tuck your shoulder blades under, okay? This might be it for you. Otherwise, press to your elbows, and you're just gonna kind of lift your upper body up, and imagine that there's a string attached to your heart, lifting it up. Keep it lifted, slowly drape your head back, Maybe keep lowering until your head touches the floor, but keep the heart lifted. And then when you're ready, you'll come all the way back down from your spine, legs extended. You're going to pull the right knee to the chest, grab the knee with your left hand, and right arm falls to the side. Keep both of the shoulders down on the ground, and exhale, you're going to pull the knee over to the left side and down. Try not to let your right shoulder blade peel off the floor. And this is going to show you exactly where your flexibility lies within your twists. Okay, you're going to do both sides. Once you bring it to center, release. You'll do the left side, right hand to the knee, and pulling it over. Okay, so you can go ahead and take those on your own, run your assessments. And lastly, we'll finish up in a seated position, however you'd like to get up here. From your cross-legged seated position, we'll start with the right arm. Take the right fingertips down to the right side. Left arm reaches up. And then you're going to walk your right fingertips over to the right as you stretch your left hand overhead. Now you can keep your right hand planted with your arm straight. You can bend your elbow towards the ground. You might even walk away and lower it all the way down, opening up your chest towards the ceiling, nice and heavy through the opposite hip. And then you'll come up and do the other side when you're ready. And just kind of feeling it out for yourself. Alrighty, so now we've gotten our whole body focused. Run this assessment, do both sides of every single one of these postures. This can either just be for you to understand where your body is within your flexibility, to give yourself tangible goals to work towards, or it can be useful for me to run an assessment and a personalized plan to be able to help you in your journey towards more flexibility. So let me know your thoughts, how you liked it, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you so much.